the tournament.
Around to Din Lee with ace-10 of hearts.
He's in the small blind, so it's going to cost him another $32,000 to call.
And he does indeed call.
Well, not much of a surprise there. Lee likes to see flops.
Guillaume Patry in the big blind with 7-8 offsuit.
This is a marginal hand at best, but the pot's grown in size a little bit, so he may consider seeing a flop, and he does.
And he does.
He's going to make the call, so we have 3 players for this flop. Pot's grown to $136,000 already.
And the flop is 10, 6, 5.
Okay, that's an interesting flop because it gives Lee top pair with the ace kicker, but of course, Patry has an up and down straight draw.
And Din Lee immediately bets 50,000 into this pot.
Well, that's a good play here. He's got top pair, wants to push everyone else out. Interesting to see how Patry plays this draw. He's just going to call now.
He does call on the draw.
2 3s for Kim. Bet and a call in front of him.
And he gets out of the way, so we have 2 players left going into the turn.
The best hand for Lee, as you can see.
The turn is another 10, a 10 of clubs this time.
Lee quickly checks the 3 10s over to Patry, who's got the draw.
And he will not take the free card. Patry will bet. He makes it 120,000.
So now Lee rubbing his head. Somehow this is going to help him figure out what to do here. 3 10s with an ace now. Trap worked.
Not yet. I'm going to count first.
Oh, he looks like he's counting out some serious chips now.
Not so sure. I like that play by Patry. With the draw, he could have checked and seen a free card.
I mean, raise.
Lee's going to raise.
This big.
This many.
Well, that amount looks like around about 240,000.
He's actually raising him the minimum. Patry bet 120,000. Lee making it 240. Forcing, in a sense, Patry to make the call to try to hit his draw.
And he makes the call.
So in a spot where he could have just checked, Patry could, he's now paid 240,000 to try to hit his straight.
And the river, a 5 of clubs.
Well, that's going to give Lee the full house and the check mark, of course. He cannot lose this pot unless he folds, which is not going to happen. He's giggly.
Well, he's reaching for chips as well.
I guess I'd be giggly, too, if I had a full house here.
120.
120,000, a very small bet. Patry can't call any bet here. He just has 8 high, missed his draw.
A bet and a giggle from Din Lee.
He's so much fun to watch. I love it.
And Guillaume Patry folds. So Din Lee takes another pot.
And you know what? This time Din Lee played it very well.
Champion. Not yet.
Joe Hashem says Din Lee will be the champion, but it's too early to tell.
Well, so far, Lee is definitely controlling the game.
Can you help me, please?
Well, I guess when you have that many chips, well, you might need a little help.
Well, he doesn't look like he's complaining, of course.
Blinds are at 10 and 20,000 now. And the action is on Din Lee with 10-9 offsuit.
He's getting aggressive. This is the first time, really, he's kind of been out there with a marginal hand on a bluff.
And he makes it 45,000. Over to Ivan Tan, who brought his wife here on a holiday, and now he's at the final table. He's got ace-jack offsuit.
So Tan makes the call here. So he's got the best hand, ace-jack, against Lee, who's got 10-9 offsuit. And he gets to act last after the flop.
Folds around to Bertrand Grospellier with a 2-9 of hearts and does call.
That's a bit of a stretch there for Grospellier, hoping to hit a miracle flop.
And the flop is 8-8-4.
Well, Tan still has the best hand here with ace-jack high. Neither Elke Grospellier or Lee hit this flop at all.
And Grospellier checks. Over to Din Lee. He checks.
Tan looks like he's thinking about making a bet.
And Ivan Tan checks. So we go to the turn. Everything's friendly.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
The turn is a 4 of clubs.
So Tan still with the best hand. As you can see, 82% to win the pot.
And Grospellier checks again.
60.
Din Lee says, no more checks on my watch. I got to bluff this pot. He can't help himself. Fires 60,000 at it. Tough decision here for Tan.
Call.
And Ivan Tan will call.
Well, he's got to feel like since Lee checked on the flop, ace high is the best hand.
And Grospellier gets out of the way.
I'm not sure what he was doing there in the first place, actually.
2 to the river, which is a king of hearts.
Well, no help there for Lee. Question is he going to bluff once more?
120.
And he is. He's betting 120,000. So
Wow.
the new question is, Tan did call on the turn. Does he feel like he can make another gutsy call?
Very aggressive play from Din Lee, but that's been the same the entire final table. Let's see if Ivan Tan can make a tough call.
Well, notice one difference here. Lee not smiling anymore. Looking a little bit more serious. He's gotten called.
Wow, he does make the call.
So for the first time, we see a little bit of frustration from Din Lee as Tan wins a very big pot after making a brave call with just ace high.
So Lee's aggression does not pay off this time, and Ivan Tan makes a great read and picks up a very nice sized pot. Perhaps Din Lee's been figured out. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Do you want to be part of the world's most unique poker experience? Yes! Then log on to PokerStars.net and learn how to qualify for the Asia Pacific Poker Tour.
I'm all in.
The APPT is going to be one of the biggest things in the history of poker.
The APPT has it all. Big names,
#1, baby.
exotic locations,
Paradise.
huge stakes,
We're talking amounts of money that can be life-changing.
tons of fun, and loads of excitement.
You feel the buzz. People are just so excited to sit down and play.
So log on to PokerStars.net. From the Asia Pacific Poker Tour. The next poker star could be you.
Welcome back to the largest poker tournament ever held in Asia. The APPT continues to make history wherever it goes. There is Liz Liu. Things not going her way so far at this final table. Joe Hashem being made to work very hard for his chips today. Blinds are at 10 and 20,000 now.
And those are significant at this point. For someone like Liz, for example, she's really going to have to make a move soon. Can't wait too long, otherwise you get blinded out.
Action on Bertrand Elke Grospellier with pocket sixes.
All in.
And he moves all his chips into the pot. No nonsense from Bertrand Grospellier.
Well, that's definitely the right play. He's got a small pair, but he has very few bets left. So if you are going to play the pair, you have to stick it all in.
And speaking of pairs, Din Lee's got pocket threes.
Well, he certainly can afford it. He's making the call, slamming the chips towards the pot.
Well, Joe Hashem and Din Lee having some fun, and Guillaume Patry has pocket aces.
Well, we know one thing's for sure. Patry's going to play.
And the former roommates are both all in.
So we have Grospellier all in. We have Patry all in, and now it's up to Lee to call the remaining chips that Patry's raised with his aces. And you can see there Patry saying, you know what, you're just too lucky. I don't want you to call. Please don't call.
Calling? Can you put 199 out?
Lee just, replies to him saying, I have to call.
Okay.
And he does call. It is a three-way all-in. And if Din Lee gets lucky here, he could eliminate 2 players at one time.
That's true. Lee, frankly, probably shouldn't have called the first raise, but once it was re-raised, was forced into the pot. In a bad situation for Lee. Obviously, Grospellier, his tournament life on the line here. Patry has to feel great about it. 3-way pot, you get aces. Can't ask for a much better situation.
And Guillaume Patry could eliminate his former roommate.
There you see Daniel Schreiber, a StarCraft player as well.